IRCC conducted another draw on 20th September. What can we expect from the next draw? How many candidates will receive ITA? What will be the cutoff score? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to Canadian Dream. This channel is all about Canadian immigration, immigration related news and updates. In today's video, we'll try to predict the draw size and cutoff score of the upcoming draw, which is expected on the 12th of October. In our last video, we have seen the pool breakdown after the last draw. If you have missed it, I would strongly recommend you to stop watching this video and watch that video first. You'll get a better understanding of the whole calculation and analysis. The last draw was conducted on the 20th September. IRCC shared a pool breakdown as of 26th September, and this is how it looked. From these, we can figure out the number of newly added candidates. Let's look at the number of newly added candidates for the 28th September draw. We can see in the range of 601 to 1200, we were expecting 513 candidates. Good news, only 479 candidates were added. Between 501 to 600, 913 candidates were expected. Bad news, 1025 candidates were added in this range. Between 491 to 500, 188 candidates were expected. Luckily, only 140 were actually added. The biggest addition was seen in the 501 to 600 range once again, most likely due to the international students claiming their points. Overall, 1,741 candidates were added in the 451 to 1200 CS range, which is 206 less than our prediction. So all in all, that's a good news. So on 28th September's draw, 3,750 invitations were sent out and the cutoff score was 504. From the 3,750 invitations, 479 were used up by candidates with 600 plus scores. The remaining 3,271 invitations were sent to cover the 4,411 candidates in the 501 to 600 series range. If 3,271 invitations are sent out, there should be 1,140 candidates with series between 501 to 600 after the draw. So that's the pool breakdown, and we have got the number of candidates remaining in the pool after the draw on 28th September. Now let's predict what might happen on 12th October's draw. First, we need to find the possible number of candidates that may get added to the pool before the draw. To understand the pattern of new additions, let's look at their trends. In the 601 to 1200 range, we can see a slight increase this time, but it still has a downward trend. The 501 to 600 range has a drop from last draw, but all in all, this range has an upward trend. The 491 to 500 range showed a big drop this time, giving the range a very settling trend. On the whole, new candidate in the 451 to 1200 range got back to the average line after the shocking spike in the last draw. We now have 6 sets of data. As there is no precise trend, let's just average the data. We'll average the latest 5 sets of data as the first one looks like an anomaly. So after averaging, we know in the range of 601 to 1200, 506 candidates might get added this time. Between 501 to 600, 936 candidates. Remember, these 936 candidates will be spread over the range of 501 to 600. So some of the candidates will be below the cutoff score and some above. And between 491 to 500, 179 candidates are expected to get added. We may see a sudden spike in the 600 plus range as we have seen a couple of PNP draws recently. I'm not considering them here as it's hard to say when these candidates will claim their points, as some of the PNPs require application submission before candidates can claim those 600 points. After figuring out the number of newly added candidates, we now need to find the total number of candidates that will be in the pool before the draw is conducted. To find this, we can add the expected number of new candidates to the candidates remaining in the pool after the last draw. So right after the draw, there should be 506 candidates with CRS 600 plus. Between 501 to 600, there should be 2,076 candidates. And between 491 to 500, there should be 6,164 candidates. Now we have got the number of candidates that might be in the pool before the draw. It's time to find the draw size. The estimated draw size has become a little tricky now as we have reached 3,750 already. This is already close to the average draw size of pre-pandemic days. I can think of multiple possibilities for the draw size. Number 1. In a very pessimistic case, the draw size may not increase and get capped at 3,750. Number 2. In a slightly favorable case, the draw size may increase by 250 and get capped at 4,000. Number 3. In a more favorable case, the draw size may continue to increase by 500 and reach 4,250. Number 4. In an optimistic case, the draw size may increase by 750 and reach 4,500. If you are wondering why I am considering so many options this time, it's mainly because of two reasons. Number 1. We are at 3,750, which means we should be close to the draw size ceiling. Number 2. We have seen 3,500 increments already. Why is the number 3 relevant? If you remember, IRCC resumed draws with 1,500. Then they increased the draw size by 250 3 times until they reached 2,250. After reaching 2,250, they decided to speed up a little and they started to increase by 500. Now they have increased the draw size by 500 3 times to reach 3,750. So this could be time for IRCC to change their speed. The question is, will they speed up or slow down? I'll go with my guts on this. I think they will add another 500 and the new draw size will be 4,250. If 4,250 invitations are sent out, 506 candidates with CRS 600 plus will be covered. After sending out 506 invitations, we have 3,740 invitations in hand. There are 2,076 candidates between 501 to 600, which is less than the number of ITAs remaining. Hence, the cutoff score will definitely go below 500 for the very first time. So we have used 501 ITAs for 600 plus years range, 2076 for 501 to 600 range. In total, we have used 506 plus 2076, which is 2582 ITAs. So we have 4250 minus 2582, which is 1668 ITAs for the 491 to 500 range. We know there are 6164 candidates in this range, which is way beyond the number of ITAs in hand, so the cutoff score will be between 491 to 500. 491 to 500 is a broad range. Let's narrow it down. First, let's understand how are these 6164 spread out. Honestly, we can't tell. There is a chance that these candidates may be concentrated towards the bottom. But because there are only 10 points between 491 and 500, it's better not to overcomplicate the calculation. So let's assume that they are evenly spread out. Assuming numeric distribution between 491 to 500, meaning that candidates are evenly spread out without any skew. So the 6164 candidates are evenly distributed among these 10 points. We know we have 6164 candidates in the 491 to 500 range and we have 1668 ITAs for them. This means we can cover 1668 divided by 6164, which is like 27% of these candidates. Which also means the points will go down by 27% within the 491 to 500 range. We have 10 points between 491 and 500. If score comes down by 27%, the cutoff score will be 497.3. If we round off, the predicted cutoff score comes to 497. So my prediction for the next draw is 497. I have shared multiple possibilities of draw size with you. I think I should share the possible cutoff score for each scenario as well. If the draw size is restricted to 3,750, then the cutoff score should be 498. If the draw size is 4,000, the cutoff score should be 497. If the draw size is 4,500, the cutoff score may drop to 496. What's your prediction? What will be the cutoff score on 12th October? What will be the draw size? Do you agree with my calculation? Let me know in the comment section. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know if you liked it or if you have any problem understanding my calculation. Your feedback can help me make better videos for you. To get regular updates on ExpressEntry, do subscribe and click on the bell icon. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also available in TikTok right now. I try to share regular updates on my socials. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.